How's it going? This is the second YouTube video from my channel, and I had started filming a bunch of stuff yesterday, and I don't know, I just felt inspired again to get ready and do it all over again. So I guess I'm in glamour mode again. This is what happens when you leave a beehive in your hair for a whole night. I don't tease it, I don't spray it, I can do it without all of that, but I've been inspired by 60s random weirdness lately and just seeing what I can do to my hair. So, by the way, it's all my hair, I do it myself. And with that, my name's Lisa, this is the Aging Imperfectly YouTube channel, again the second video I'm filming here. What am I doing right now? Okay, so I'm sitting out here and I had a whole idea of what I was going to talk about today, and I hope you'll enjoy this ride with me. I'm going to tell you guys about a fairly embarrassing, challenging, traumatizing time that I had happen in my life. A growth challenge. It's also, have you ever heard the saying, fake it till you make it? Well, this was a big one, and my bluff was called big time on what happened. So if you guys don't know, there's something out there in the world. It's like the TED Talks, but they're called Ignite. And they're 5-minute talks, and basically someone comes up and they have an overarching theme. They have, someone else gets to view the YouTube videos that's being made, neighbors or something. So there's Ignite. It was born in Seattle, where I lived for a couple of years, and basically there's 5-minute talks, and you have a PowerPoint presentation where you have the remote and you're in control of each slide as you're talking. You know, if you ever, I'd done a math thing with it, I figured I'd had 27 seconds per slide to talk. Not that I'd even had it that measured out, but here's what happened. So I gained wind into this speech thing, and I'm like, oh hey, let's do something that's terrifying. Let's try to do this big public speaking thing. So I put up a website. I just, fake it till you make it. And the website was called Find Your Nietzsche, after Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher. Nietzsche, find your Nietzsche. Anyway, it was clever, it wasn't taken. So I'm like, hey, what do you do when you're 36? I was 36 at the time. This was 2010? Yeah, ooh. So I was 36 at the time. Yeah, it is. If it's 2020, I'll be 46 in a few weeks. Where does the time go? It's Friday, it's 2020. We're in day 700-y day of the shelter-in-place pandemic here in Oregon. So I put in this thing for this talk, and I'm like, okay, see how it goes. Find your Nietzsche through philosophy. What do you do when you're 36 and you don't know what you want to be when you grow up? Well, you find yourself through philosophy, and there you go. I submitted the talk, didn't even think about it, and then, I don't know, maybe 2.5 weeks later, I get an email that it's accepted. Oh my God, right? Talk about fear of success. Talk about something not supposed to be working out. But who has that quote of, you miss 100% of the chances that you don't take? I think it's Wayne Gretzky. Oh my God, speaking of dating myself here. Wayne Gretzky, and there's the sun coming out. What are you doing to me, sun? I want to hide from you. Yeah, maybe I started filming a little bit too early. I'm going to hide from the sun here for a minute. This lovely plant. Okay, so I got this email, and I kind of panicked. My first thought, it was like, holy crap. What am I going to do? Do I just put my head in the sand and avoid it like an ostrich and pretend it's not happening? No, you can't do that. That's not a good thing to do with adulting, right? Do I just avoid it for a few days? Yes. Well, I figure out, am I going to do this? No, I'm not going to do this. This is why it was just a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. Blah, blah, blah. Well, the powers that be for this thing selected me. So, okay, fine. And I was in Portland again at the time. I lived in Seattle from 07 to 09, and then Portland 09 to 2011. And then moved back to Portland Thanksgiving Day 2017, and we're in 2020, so it's 2.5 years since I've been back in Portland. And I'm originally from LA, and I think I mentioned that elsewhere, a couple of things for the channel. So I'm lamenting, like, what do I do? I kind of asked some friends, I'm like, oh my God, this is like out of hand. This is not supposed to happen, not to me, right? Anyway, I don't know, a few days went by, I kept staring at this email, and I'm like, what am I going to do about this? So I responded, and I'm like, oh, hey, thank you so much for, graciously choosing me. I'm happy and appreciative, blah, 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 give me the specs on it. And then with that, it just snowballed, and I had committed to this thing. Now, meanwhile, didn't have a car at the time. So, boyfriend and I had the motorcycle, and that's how we were getting by and stuff. But there's no way we were going to go from Portland to Seattle on the motorcycle. Old vintage cafe racer, yeah, not going to happen. So I went on Craigslist, and I'm like, oh, hey, you have ride shares all the time. You do that, right? Sounds like a good idea. Problem-solving opportunity, right? So go on Craigslist, and I find this guy, and what car did he have? And he was a kind of professional driver before Uber and Lyft and all that, and all these rideshare, services. He was regularly, like sometimes 2-3 times a day throughout most of the week, dropping people off from Portland to Seattle, like making the round trip. I think he'd even go as far as Canada or something. Not that that's far from once you're up in Seattle, but so I found this guy, and he drove an 1989 Volkswagen Fox. You remember those guys, right? They were like the two-door kind of hatchback trunk thing, very strange looking car. I don't even think I've seen one on the road in at least 2 or 3 years. Seems like the kind of car that would be back in your backyard somewhere, dead with weeds around it. I don't know. I love VWs. So found this guy, and the price was right, and it was cool, and it was me, the boyfriend, and the time, and 3 other people. So it was 5 of us. In this Volkswagen, 6 with the driver, duh. So it's driver and 5 passengers in a Volkswagen Fox, right? So I should probably get a moment. I'll put a Volkswagen Fox on the screen in the video so you can see it. You can see what I'm talking about. So I had to prepare this PowerPoint presentation. I got a lot of help with the PowerPoint, thank goodness, as it was I can do the Excel, I can do the PowerPoint and the Microsoft. I guess that's why I wasn't really suited to a lot of temp jobs with that stuff, because I can do it, but why would I? Because I don't enjoy it at all. I know there's people that really love Excel out there. Spreadsheets are their jam. I kind of wish, because I might have been more productive. Anyway, I had found all these cool pictures, and I asked a friend to have this really cool goth picture of her, because one of the slides I had made this goth joke, and let me see if I can tell it correctly again. Okay, so my nails too. To show you these pandemic nails. They're kind of a mini stiletto, like all the kids do these days. My hands in my family, my mom's side of my family, they have these amazing, elegant fingers with these lovely nails, and I guess only in my older age now I'm kind of seeing it's possible when I'm not doing silly things with my hands all the time, they grow. So I had this joke, a goth joke about nails, and it was, I am so goth, I don't paint my nails black. I smash each fingernail with a little hammer. Right, so that went well. It was well received. But before I got to even tell that joke, though, I want to let you guys know I have kind of selective social phobia, selective social awkwardness. I mean, we all do, right? And if you're a normal human being, you all do. We do. But mine just comes at the most inopportune time, like in Exhibit A. So I'm semi-retired as a DJ in the rave scene. I was a jungle DJ, mainly known for that, and I spun some breaks in ambient techno. And I guess if I were to go back now, I'd spin minimal techno. But anyway, if that's hieroglyphics, don't worry about it. But I remember during a DJ gig, I had such bad social phobia. It was this gig my friend Max Lurt and I were flown out to do in Chico. We were in Southern California in LA, and we were flown to Chico to do this party. I can't remember the name of the party. And it was like the University of Chico or something. It was a school thing. And I think there were like a couple thousand people on the dance floor. And I'm like rocking out, and I'm playing my tunes, and I just kind of stand there, and I just kind of realize I'm sort of not breathing, and I'm like, am I gonna pass out? Is it like a panic attack? No, not a full-scale panic attack. Long story short, in this DJ thing, so I did something worse. I didn't pass out, I didn't fall down, I took the needle off the wrong record, okay? Took the needle off the wrong record, and I quickly remembered there's this DJ in Seattle, Donald Glaude, and he was kind of infamous for this. He would mess with the knobs and do the crossfader like one side or another of the record, and then put his headphones down and kind of go woo when it was all silent, go like woo like that. So I took the needle off the wrong record, totally mortified, and just the DJ booth was way up high, thank goodness. So it was like looking down upon my kingdom of my fiefs and loyal servants. No, so I took that needle off there, and then I pulled a Donald Glaude, and I took the headphones down, and I just went, like that, and like tried to pretend I knew what I was doing, but I was mortified. I remember, I think my friend will tell you too, I went under the decks for like a couple minutes. I was just like, what just happened? So something like that almost happened though when I got on stage for this Ignite Seattle thing. It was at the, I think, Kingtown Hall or something. It's off of 5th in downtown Seattle. Big venue, really big venue. I think there were something like 800 people there. What had I signed up? What had I signed myself up for? What did I agree to, right? So the ride there in that 89 Fox was just hysterical. I don't believe I was seatbelted because I ended up going in the back. I was feeling really uncomfortable and just kind of under the weather a little bit, and I'll tell you why in a moment. There ended up being something involving that, so I didn't feel well, and I was laying back with this gas thing, and I think it was a biodiesel too. It was just a stinky experience all the way around, but it got us there super cheaply, and it worked. And then I got to see some friends in Seattle, and they came, and they were, woo-woo, and lots of applause, and they were awesome. But you know what happened? I totally bombed. Like, I bombed it. I think the video is so bad that it is not even on the Ignite Seattle website. It wasn't even put up there. It wasn't even, like, acknowledged. And to give you an example, I'll probably give you the screen of all the people that were up for this talk, and I was wedged in between two people, and the guy that went on before me, rest in peace, he's no longer with us. He's this guy Tom, and his handle on the web, I think his Twitter or his website was Tom Music, and he had a form of cancer. I think it had like blastoma in it, or lymphoma of some sort, and he was using humor and martini thing and music, lymphomartini, that's what it was called, lymphomartini. So talking about just humor and doing things with this horrible illness, right, that ended up taking his life. So I go on after this guy, and then that was a great talk. He did a great talk, and then I go up there, and I'm like about to pull the needle off the wrong record, right? So I just stand there. It's like an out-of-body experience. It's as if depersonalization, like I'm not even in my body anymore. I'm standing there, and there's these 800 people just all in front of me, and then thousands or however many undetermined number of tons of people on the internet looking at this. So I'm like, okay, hi, I'm Lisa, and then the goth joke, and then I just kind of don't really remember what happened after that. It was pretty fast. It was awkward. It was very awkward. I want to say there's probably no video about it, but you know how the internet has a short lifespan. I mean, I've been on the internet since 1993. And there's archive.org, there's stuff, and I'm sure someone has videos somewhere, and maybe it's worse than I thought. Usually isn't. Usually it's never as bad as you imagined it. But the guy that went on after me, let me mention this. Jacob, this guy Jacob, and he was a friend and associate of WikiLeaks and Julian Assange and all of that. And his topic was going dark. It was how to hide yourself on the internet. Basically, you want to talk about some heavy, heavy stuff. So I'm wedged in between this guy with the terminal cancer. Guy after that is the WikiLeaks confidant, tech, cybersecurity, legend or icon, or however you want to put it, controversial icon, however you want to put that, whatever. So I was wedged in between, and it was unnerving, it was fascinating, it was mortifying, it was truly mortifying, it was. I did my best to recover from that, and I didn't even get a t-shirt. So why am I here telling you about this story that was embarrassing? It's, I look back and I think of all these things that I've done, as people that are older people, I cringe just with quotes, air quotes with that, because I really don't feel much older than I was when I was school, when I went out on my own. I was about 17 when I was out on my own, and did the best that I could. You want to talk about adventures and things? I have so many stories that I could tell you guys about, poor decisions. We all have them. We all have bad decisions. We all have, oh, there she is. You stay right there, sweetie. What are you doing? I'm filming. So my youngest daughter is coming here to say something. What's going on, buddy? I'm filming right now, so.
Dad and Mommy, I was looking where you are because
I told you I was out here filming. So what? I'm telling them a story about just embarrassing things and about being younger and doing things that I don't necessarily regret, but doing things where I'm not even sure how I'm still alive somehow, and then other times where I'm not sure why I didn't get like extremely hurt or something, really bad decisions with